The question I have for you is, are Kaizer Chiefs actually changing their minds regarding Nasreddin Nabi? Belo, what are you talking about? Changing their minds regarding what? Because now there seems to be a lot of pressure that is coming from the fans, former legends, pundits, and in general, the whole of the country is saying to Kaizer Chiefs, are you crazy? Why would you fire a coach who literally just broke a record of 9 years without a cup? Correction, 10 years without a cup, and then you fire that coach. And some people are saying, no. Don't be fooled by the fact that Nabi won Kaizer Chiefs a Nedbank Cup, and Nedbank Cup is just the last 32, the last 16, the last 8, the semi-finals, and the final. So it's just 5 games, and Chiefs have barely won 8 games the whole season out of 26 games. But then there's the other group that says, yeah, he has barely won 8 games so far this season because of the fact that he doesn't have quality. How can you blame the coach who does not even have players who are able to trap the ball? How can you blame a coach who has players who cannot even finish when they're 1v1 with the keeper? So with all of those things being taken into consideration, and the fact that Kaizer Chiefs are playing the CAF Confederations Cup next season and they need to get more players anyways, then that makes Kaizer Chiefs think twice and say, maybe we need continuity. But at the same time, Kaizer Chiefs might be thinking, no, Nabi does not want to subscribe to our not style of play, but rather our way of thinking. And it's the same problem that Gavin Hunt seemingly had when he was at Kaizer Chiefs, because he said that the other problem for him, he was going deep in Africa, but Chiefs had a problem because they wanted him to finish top 8. Despite the fact that he was doing really well in the league, not in the league, in the Champions League, but they wanted him to do good in the league, and they actually did not even care how deep he went in that competition. And he also highlighted some things about the fact that sometimes you just get fired because they don't like you. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're a good coach or a bad coach, which could be the same thing with Unabi. Unabi seems to be the type of a person who insists on specific things. The fact that I want this type of a player, if you don't give me this type of a player, I'm not gonna make that player be able to do certain things. Because let's just take a perfect example. If you take Utabo Cele and you want to play him as a 10, it's not going to happen. And I think this is one mistake that fans make. They see a player being very good and being very comfortable on the ball, like Utabo Cele, and all of a sudden, oh, play him as a 10, give him a more advanced position. But if you give him a more advanced position, who's going to help the defenders play out from the back? No one. So now you can't keep on converting each and every player into positions that they can play. Like I've heard this, and I was having a conversation with Uspiwe earlier about the fact that the players who are at Kaizer Chiefs right now are being played in a position that in such a way that fits the system of Nabi. For example, you will see that between Mart and Cele, Mart is usually ahead of Cele, and that is how he ended up scoring this goal in any case, because Ox came on and he substituted Cele, and he was sitting and he let Mart go forward. People ask a question, why is Mart going ahead of Cele? Cele is better on the ball. No, it's not just about being on the ball, it's about the fact that there is already Usirino Omtu Shabalala further ahead when it comes to creativity. But if we lose the ball, then Umart is going to help the team win the ball further up the field, and then we can create chaos and win the ball. But Ucele is much more suitable for us playing out from the back. So Unabi, for his system, has specific players who are going to fit perfectly into his system, and if he doesn't have those players, he's not going to turn the players who cannot fit into the system and make them fit the system by fire, by force, especially if they are lacking technically. That is just what I'm going to say regarding Unabi. Do you guys think that they will make a U-turn when it comes to that? Like my comments. Now, there is another thing, right? The fact that there is Saile. Saile apparently, by the way, if you're enjoying the video, the renting or whatever that I've been doing for the past 4.5 minutes, do subscribe to the channel. And it's free. You know, it's weird that I've met like a lot of people who keep on asking me, Mpilo, if you subscribe, is it free? It's free. Okay? It's free. Just press that button. Subscribe. You see it's glowing. So touch it. Thank you. So Saile. So apparently Saile is not going to be kept by SuperSport United. But even if it was to be kept by SuperSport United, there are a lot of things that are happening. It pisses me off the fact that SuperSport United is about to be sold and their status is going to change and will be bought by Bloemfontein Celtics. What the hell, man? I am all for Celtics coming back to the league, but this thing of selling teams and their statuses, I don't like that. Sell a team, don't move it. Keep it in Pretoria, or keep it wherever the team is from. But this thing of moving teams around, like, it's so annoying. Particularly, we're not there. Where we are, however, is the fact that Usaele seems like he's going to come back to Kaizer Chiefs, and if he comes back to Kaizer Chiefs, he still has 1 year remaining on his contract, which means Kaizer Chiefs will now have to find a way of releasing the man, because, well, I don't think Nabi wants to keep the guy. He did try to play in beginning of the season, but Usail is just this guy with pace but no football brains. He has physicality, he can dribble, but he doesn't think. So he just becomes a liability very fast. Not to mention the fact that he's a foreign player, which means we can't be wasting a foreign spot on the likes of him. Speaking of players who are leaving Kaizer Chiefs, it does seem like Ranga Chivaviro, I will see people celebrating on the comments, is leaving Kaizer Chiefs. Obviously, I mean, the moment he told fans to shut up, it was done for him. And unfortunately for him, he's leaving, and a lot of people will be celebrating. I know people will be celebrating under the comments of this video. So, but here's another conundrum that Kaizer Chiefs are facing. Because there's a free agent, right? There's a free agent, and we know Kaizer Chiefs, we know our lovely team. They love free agents, right? And the free agent I'm talking about is Knox Mtizwa, who just got fired by Golden Arrows. Now, Kaizer Chiefs have had their fair share of ill-disciplined players, and Mtizwa, clearly he did something wrong for him to be fired by Golden Arrows. But Sabonga Nomvete is saying Kaizer Chiefs should go out and sign Unox Mtizwa. He's 31, and if you're 31 in the PSL, you're not that old. Our league is not that fast-paced. He can still give you 3-4 more years to play. He says that his awareness in the box and the fact that he is a clean player. I'm not saying he should be bought, but he is a quality player. But the question is, quality, how much quality? Is it good enough to play for Kaizer Chiefs? Because for me, I cannot be taking players who not just the fact that he got fired by Arrows, but players who have just been there in the league, just there being good enough at Arrows, and then you think they're gonna come to Kaizer Chiefs and also shine. I don't think so. I think that I will keep on saying this. Since Indaba Fiston Mayele is clearly beyond us, and the people who are talking about this guy who plays in Qatar, who's also, by the way, getting good money. So if he was to come to Kaizer Chiefs, he would cost Kaizer Chiefs an arm and a leg. So again, I don't think that's a good idea to get him. And yeah, just go to South America, man. I keep on saying, I feel like there's a gem waiting for us. Utera responded to a text, not a text, to a, what's this thing? To a tweet by El Capitan on Twitter, and he says that he's never missed the Chen tournament, so that means he'll be there scouting at the Chen. So I hope he finds us someone to come and perform. But forget the Chen is not playing yet. Me right now, I'm talking about who has he scouted. It's May, it's the 15th of May. The window will be opening on the 30th of June or the 1st of June. I think it's the 1st of June, whichever. I don't know when it opens, but when it does open, we should already have a signing. But right now it doesn't seem like Kaizer Chiefs are making any movements, because I saw some rumors about right back being signed, but I've not seen other publications saying that. It's just a rumor that I've seen on Twitter. But what do you guys think about Abonox Motizwa? What do you think about Saile? Does he give us something? I know you will say no, because it doesn't. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals al pelumo.